camera's collapsing now. Right.
Yes.
Right. Hello and welcome to Brand X Reviews. So, at the end of this video, there's going to be some outtakes, at least one. In fact, I'll just keep that last bit in. So, for this one, we're going to be talking about the re-release of the film Cobra, the Sylvester Stallone film. It's an Arrow.
Damn, I don't have like two axes to bang together in like honor of Cobra.
Yeah, that was the one. But yeah, this is a film that's getting a 4K re-release from Arrow Video for the first time. I've got my core review of the core. We're going to talk about it, but
Yes.
before we do get into the film itself, I'm just going to do a quick video here, and then we'll cut back. I'm just going to talk about exactly what you're going to get with this re-release and why to be excited about it. So I'll just insert that video now. Crime is a disease. Meet the cure. Fresh from the global success of Rambo First Blood Part 2, Sylvester Stallone and director George P. Cosmatos re-teamed for the iconic 80s action thriller Cobra, this time waging a one-man crusade against crime on the streets of Los Angeles. A crazed killer, a woman in danger, a city in fear. Lieutenant Marion Cobra Cobretti Stallone is the man the LAPD calls when standard police procedure isn't enough. Witness to a bloody murder, Ingrid Knudsen, played by Bridget Nielsen, finds herself a target and is placed under Cobretti's protection. But repeated attempts on her life lead Cobretti to believe that it's not just the work of one lone psycho wreaking bloody havoc across LA, but a murderous cult with plans for a new world order. An era-defining example of glossy, high-octane Hollywood cinema, Cobra arrives on Arrow Video in a sparkling new restoration with a wreath of new and archival extras. Now, obviously I was kind of trying to dramatise things a little bit reading it that way, despite cocking it up. That's what you get with this channel, unfortunately. There is a list, pretty long list to be fair, of extra features. I'll just go through those. So I won't go through every single little thing. I mean, you can check that out for yourself, and this video would be quite boring if I was reading off this really long list of all the different audio options and so on. So, obviously, you're getting this on 4K UHD Blu-ray, which is the first time that I'm aware of. So it's a brand new 4K restoration of the film from the original 35mm negative by Arrow Films. So it sounds like this has been done in-house. Which, as you'd expect. So it's presented in Dolby Vision HDR10 compatible. This is where it gets a little bit technical, so I'll kind of skip over some of the things. There's various subtitles and audio options. You can check those out for yourself. There's a couple of audio commentaries. There's one by film critics Kim Newman and Nick I can't pronounce that. Semlian. That's one commentary track with those two guys, and then because Kim is actually a guy, a British guy from memory. Brand new audio commentary from film scholars Josh Nelson and Martin Pedler. So that's another commentary, and then there's an archive commentary by the director George P. Cosmatos from 1998. So, the extra features, you get a TV version of the film featuring deleted and alternate scenes presented for the first time on home video, which is in standard definition only. There's a new interview with composer Sylvester LeVay called Slashing the Night Away. There's a new visual essay from film critic Abby Bender called Dark Glasses, Violence and Robots, which is to do with Cobra and 80s maximalist cinema. There's some archive interviews, one called Stalking and Slashing, which has Brian Thompson. Meet the Disease, which is an interview with Marco Rodriguez. Feel the Heat, which is an archive interview with actor Andrew Robinson. Double Crossed, which is an archive interview with Lee Garlington, he's an actor. A Work of Art, an archive interview with actor Art LaFleur. There's a making of featurette, and then there's TV spots and teaser trailers. There's an image gallery, and then physically what you get a reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Tommy Pocket. You get an illustrated collector's booklet with new writing on the film, and then a double-sided fold-out poster as well. So, sounds pretty cool anyway. So
You've just done a little insert like you did with Topher at the sink.
exactly, got to get the Topher jokes in there. So basically, it's a film kind of came out. I think when it originally came out, we'd have been a bit too young to watch it. To be fair, it was like 1986, so we were like what 5. But
I think it's one of those films that would have come out like on TV eventually, and it would have been on like really late on like like 10, 11 o'clock at night when they finally did show it, and it'd be like edited, so there'd be slightly less swearing in.
yeah, I mean to be honest, I don't remember this film ever being on terrestrial television. I remember it being on Sky. This would have been I'd have been about 13, so it would have been about 1994 or something like that. I was around at a friend's house who had Sky because my family didn't, and it was on there. And yeah, it was one of the early Stallone films that I ever saw, and it's a bit freaky as well. Like the bad guys in this, it's kind of a weird genre of like a cross genre of like action, maybe mystery thriller a little bit, but horror. Some
Yeah,
criticize
also,
it. Yeah, go on.
yeah, I was also going to say dumbass like villains. Like, quick, we must kill this witness so they don't like reveal what we're doing. Let's just like race through the streets openly, like in front of like millions of other people. Like,
Yeah,
hang on a minute.
yeah. I
I
mean,
think we've lost track of what the actual original goal here was, guys.
yeah. I mean, it's that is definitely a valid point. I've always said that myself. I suppose the thing is they are insane and they've just like fixated on her, saying that she's like going to ruin their like new world that they're going to you know bring about.
I wasn't saying that as like a detriment. It's one of
Yeah,
those things where it's kind of funny of like, do you not think you've maybe lost the original like idea of what you were doing, guys?
exactly. Yeah, no, I know. I've always said that myself. But yeah, the main night slasher in this film, played by Brian Thompson, who's been in loads of action movies, usually as in bit parts most of the time. A lot of people remember him from being in the X Files as well. He was the bounty hunter, wasn't he? That I think he first appeared in
Yeah.
series 2, and then he'd like crop up occasionally. Kind of a weird kind of face, kind of menacing, kind of muscular face to him, and yeah, like I say, usually he plays bad guys, but he tends to play. He's in like small roles. I know he's in like AWOL or Lionheart, as it's called in the US, the Van Damme film. It's another one that he was pretty good in that one as well. Now it's a film as well that has kind of a lot of, I would say, intentional nods to other films like Dirty Harry. It's even got some of the same cast members as well. The guy that plays the Scorpio killer, isn't it, in Dirty Harry, the original? Is it Andrew
Yes.
Robinson, I think the actor's called? He's in Hellraiser.
I'm the name for getting motherfuckers, so don't ask me.
Yeah. Well, he kind of plays like a Weasley cop in this one. I think maybe in some of the early versions of the film, he was supposed to be one of the psychos as well. But eventually didn't go there. He's just kind of like a Weasley cop. And also, there's the guy who plays his partner in this. He's the guy who played Dirty Harry's partner in Dirty Harry. He was one that got,
And
I think he got like shot, didn't he? But he doesn't get killed. And then Dirty Harry gets beat up.
and then to complete the action movie Inception, there's a Cobra reference in Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Oh, don't go down that. I wasn't even going to mention that, but no, it's worth
Yes,
covering.
like keep the top spinning. We're never leaving the.
Yeah, that is weird. There's, in fact, minty comedic arts. I don't think this was intentional because I'm sure his video came out just days before Arrow announced they were doing this. He did a video about the unseen version of Cobra with all the alternate stuff that they could have gone with and stuff that they filmed as well. And I did do a video about Cobra, like a normal retrospective back in 2014. If anyone wants to go check that out, I'll put a playlist on the channel with this in it as well, this video. But I'm making a point, the point you raised originally, Stallone was going to be in the film Beverly Hills Cop before it turned into a comedy project, which is what we got, which is great because that's a better film anyway, which is, and I love the film Cobra, but Beverly Hills Cop's so much better. But Stallone was supposed to be in that film, and a lot of the people, the actors that signed up to be in that film, thought they were going to be making a Stallone movie originally. So it wasn't going to be Axel Foley; it was going to be Axel Cobretti, and it was going to be a bit of a grittier sort of cop drama movie. Maybe something a bit more along the lines of Nighthawks. If you've seen that Stallone film, that was an early 80s movie. So I kind of picture it as having been maybe something more like the film Nighthawks if Stallone had have been in it. So what happened there is obviously things didn't work out, and Stallone ended up doing a film. I think he did a couple of films with Canon Studios, and as part of the trade-off, he got to make the film Cobra and use some of the concepts that he'd put that were going to be from Beverly Hills Cop, namely just the character, I think. But ultimately, the projects were kind of linked. And then in the second Beverly Hills Cop, there's a reference. Well, there's a Cobra poster behind Rosewood's door. You know, when Eddie Murphy goes into his bedroom to use the phone, and he opens the door, and there's loads of guns like tied to the back of the door. And there's a Cobra poster as well. And Bridget Nielsen obviously is in that as well. He's in Beverly Hills Cop 2. She was Stallone's wife. She was in the film Cobra. A lot of links. Are you there, Cole? You made a weird noise then.
Yeah. No, sorry, I coughed.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, a bit of a weird kind of minefield. It's a bit more complicated, and there's more to the story than that. But you brought it up, so now there's another film that's linked to this. Again, Minty brought this up, but I was already aware of it. I think I mentioned it myself back in 2014 when I did my retrospective. But there's another film that I haven't seen that you have, Core, and you might be able to tell me more about. The film Cobra, at the beginning, it says based on the novel Fair Game. And Fair Game got made into a movie of the same name with Cindy Crawford, and was it Alec Baldwin or one of the Baldwin brothers?
Yeah, it's one of the Baldwins. Like, I've lost track.
So she was lucky to make it off the set alive, but
I actually don't think it was Alec Baldwin. I could be wrong.
I think it was William, potentially.
Yeah, it didn't stick in my head that much. It was like kind of like a general, sort of generic action film. Like, nothing bad about it, but it wasn't like stand out either.
Yeah, I think there's like an aspect of he's got to protect her, a bit like Stallone protects the Bridget Nielsen character, but there's not much more to it than that.
Yeah, like she's a witness or something, from what I recall. He's got to keep her alive.
Yeah. So we'll kind of wrap this up anyway. I didn't want to go on too much about this, but yeah, looking forward to getting this. There's also a Lethal Weapon 4K coming out. I'll talk about that in a future video. But there's plenty of 4Ks. In fact, Dirty Harry, that's come out on 4K recently. Just the first one. I don't know what they're doing with the other 4. Similar to Lethal Weapon, that's getting a release, just the first one. So again, I don't know whether it's worth getting. But at least Cobra is a standalone movie. There's no doubt in my mind I'm going to get in that pretty much day of release. And I believe it's like £25, but it's a big film to me, is Cobra. It's like before I saw Rambo, the Rambo movies, or even Raw Deal, I saw the film Cobra. That was a big one. I used to watch that like so many times. My mother used to criticise the film while I was watching it when I was a kid, and she'd be like doing a body count of how many people he kills, because there's like certain bits in the film where he's just like gunning them all down, like 1, 2, 3, 4. She's like 26, 27, like 45, 40. So yeah, I don't know what she thought of the 2007 John Rambo film, because he kills about 400 people in that. I don't know.
So I'm sorry, I don't want you being exposed to violence. Now come here so I can eat you.
Yeah, well, yeah, so that's another dark avenue we don't want to go down. But but yeah, like the Rambo films, in that first film, First Blood, he kills one person by accident, and then the body count.
Yeah, it's like a bit of a tonal shift.
Yeah. So the body count just goes up with each film, and Cobra is kind of tied in with that trend. It obviously is the same director as Rambo 2 as well. So if you like the Rambo films, you've not seen this, definitely watch it. It's so good. Anyway, so I'll cut it short there, and then we're going to do another video talking about the culture war again. We know Paul Cage loves that, so
Yeah.
This is something you wanted to talk about.
Especially for you, Paul.
Yeah. Right, so I'll end this. Say thank you very much for watching. If there's any more updates, I might do videos. I'll probably do a review when it comes out as well. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hello and welcome to Brand X Reviews. What was that, Car? Did you have something to say, Car?
No, I was just saying, unlike the top, but then you started recording, you bastard.
What the hell,
I was just trying to get you one last token before we began.
Right, let's have that one for the outtakes. Right.
So am I safe to go? Oh!
No, you're not, because I just started recording.
Motherfucker!
He likes you. He wants to fight you.
Hey, now when you walk into the ring for the #1 heavyweight of the world, you'll be ready. You're gonna eat lightning and you're gonna drop thunder. You're gonna become a very dangerous place.